Evening, guys, and welcome back to another live episode. Hope everyone is doing well. Make sure you like, subscribe, keep up the quality support, and we are here for another therapy session. Not a Thursday therapy session, but a Sunday evening therapy session. And just like the weather, and just like the traffic on the way home today, and just like Rovers yesterday, my internet's been a shambles. So apologies for 10, 15 minutes late. It was obviously scheduled for 1:15, but I really apologise for that. Just me and Neil tonight. Unfortunately, Josh can't make it, but do go and subscribe to his channel. Hopefully, he is back on Thursday. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, hype. And yeah, if you're watching now, get in your comments. Let us know your thoughts. And if you're watching after, then do leave any thoughts in the comments. Before we do go live, though, I want to send my condolences, our condolences, not condolences, our best wishes, sorry. I've completely messed that up, to Elliot Richards, who has been diagnosed with cancer for the second time. Really sad to see, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery in that, because, yeah, he's got it 11 years ago, and he's got it again, which is very, very bad indeed, and not good to see. So best wishes to him. But, yeah, joined by Neil. How are you, mate? You good? How are you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm all right. Same as ever, no bother.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's completely fair. But let's get into it. I mean, as the title of the pod says, I mean, you could have named it anything, but yeah, the away nightmare continues, which, yeah, unfortunately it does. Even to a few people already in the comments as well. Elizabeth, hope you're well. Tom Butler, yeah, back to therapy. Couldn't be more of the way. Even into Phil, even into Gage as well. And even into Ash Medley, who says we are in deep relegation dues. And yeah, Gage saying Alfie Kilgore had a shocker, played against us for Mansfield. He was immense. He's been bang average since DC brought him in, and another DC appointment. That's completely fair. Even into Harry as well. Shout out to you. Even into Georgia Gas, as always, WJHC. And even to the Lethal Biro, who also says hold offence is an issue. Kilgore and Sparks often look miles too slow and off the pace. And yeah, Josh's constant optimism can't handle the constant defeats. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, even into everyone else as well. But yeah, let's get into it. I mean, this away form, it's not just away form, it's form in general, because we've now matched our home defeats with our away defeats now, 10 each. But yeah, it's been a real problem, not just this season, not just last year, but for a while. But as we know, it's got a lot worse. I mean, I was looking over it. I mean, it's now 27 losses in our last 38 since the start of last season, 23 points from a possible 114. And I know, you know, your away form is not going to be as good as your home form, but there's a difference being, you know, okay or in the middle to what we're seeing right now. I mean, to lose 10 games out of 15 and obviously our 20th defeat. I was on the way back from Cambridge earlier. I mean, it comes straight to my head after that we'd lost 20, but he just said randomly, we've lost 20 games in League Two out of 31 games. I'm like, yeah, it's mad, but I want to get your thoughts on it. You know, as we know, there were 3 changes. Shatford, that we found out, was out with concussion. So hopefully the protocol, I think, is 10 days. So he should be back Wednesday. Fingers crossed and pray to God. Harbottle, as we know, missed out. Taylor Moore come in as we all expected. And Tommy Lee was Shatford's replacement. And Quigley made his first start as well. Yeah, what did you... I mean, and we'll also get into what Neil said is the gulag for Sparks. We'll get into that shortly. But your thoughts on, how Cambridge played, how Rovers played, and our overall performance during the game. I mean, you expected it. You did say a 2-1 loss. I mean, there was a few people that did say 3-1 to Cambridge. Obviously, I went with a win because our record was good. Sorry for messing that up, Gasheads. I do apologise. And Josh also went for a 1-1. But yeah, what did you make of the game? And let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
I mean, it was just another episode of good side beats bad side, wasn't it? Like, they were spoke about it before, didn't I? As far as they're good at playing the dimensions of their pitch. They've always been good. Cambridge. I know they got relegated, and they've gone down because they were a complete minnow in that division. But I've always felt like whenever we've gone to Cambridge, they've always played the dimensions of their pitch well. They know how to play that environment, and we've always struggled with it. I know we've got results there, but there's certain times when I look at us play at Cambridge, I think like we're getting no success doing what we're doing here, success doing. But it's a different kettle of fish Saturday because you're playing against a side that I know I've gone back to it before. Forget budget and size of club. They're a better outfit than we are. They are a better outfit than what they are.
Miles.
So what you have to be when you go to Cambridge, what you have to be when you go to a top side, whether you play them home or away, but certainly away, is you have to be at your best. You have to be at your best. And there was too many out there on Saturday, which that were nowhere close to being at their best. So you didn't have a fighting chance, to be honest. What Cambridge do is they identify their individual battles and they go and win them. And bar Quigley, they won every single individual battle throughout the 90 minutes, which lent them to getting a result. And that's the head and tail of it. And that will be a lot of what you see from this season, continued right through until May. And we may well stay safe, but it's going to be more likely that it's going to be the default of others being even worse than what we are.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it far too often. And now the squad is the squad. We've got what we've got. We will, I don't want to speak as if I'm desperately optimistic, but I'd like to think we probably will muddle through and stay up. But this side will not be a good side this season, regardless of what result you see. If we win 2 on the bounce or whatever, we're not a good side and we won't be a good side. And what you need to do is look at Tuesday and the bottom half sides, and that's where you need to target your results. That's where you need to target your energy and your efforts, because I'm not saying you chuck it in against top sides, but we are a million miles away from being anywhere close to what you saw on Saturday. And I'm not saying they breezed past us and they danced us off the park and we didn't get a look in, but individual battles and fundamentals we're lacking at massively against them superior sides in this division.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah. Also, I forgot to do it in the intro, but shout out to the sponsors as always, Adam Purnell, EIG, DMY Decorating. All the socials and everything are in the description. All the contact details. So please help support him, because he helps supports the pod as well. So yeah, big up to him and for his support as always. Yeah, keep liking as well. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I did a reaction yesterday, and then I recently put it in a short. I did another video on TikTok earlier because I didn't do one on there last night. I didn't really wanted to do one video, but yeah, I did another separate thing on the shorts. So some of you might have seen that. I did it about an hour ago. But yeah, because it was weird, because at the game, and to be fair, like you said, and I mean, let's get it right. Obviously, it was a loss. Most of us Rovers fans expected us to lose, but it was weird because at the game, although I was frustrated, I wasn't really, and a lot of fans were frustrated, of course, because of like you said, the way we lost too many battles and ultimately another loss. But the fans there, to be fair, there wasn't any boos. Like you said, we were playing a good team. They looked like they wanted it more than us. Like you mentioned, they won the battles, but it was way too easy. I mean, because we knew, we said in the pod you knew anyway from watching games and highlights of them that it was going to be another physical battle. It's going to be another physical battle on Tuesday. Very, very similar the way they play. Obviously, there's a big quality difference, but very similar in the way they play. Very good defensively. Oldham and Cambridge, the best two defenses in the league, by the way. We'll get into Oldham, but Oldham are the second best defense in the entire league. They conceded 5 more than Cambridge. But yeah, there's just a way. I mean, you need to win your battles. It was way too easy for me. I know they're a good side, and don't get me wrong, I'm not, completely thrown in the towel, or I'm not, really fuming. Obviously, there's aspects of our game I'm annoyed about, like all of you are, like Evans was, like the fans there, or the fans at home, and whatever will be. But you need to win battles. It was way too easy. We've seen it a lot of times this season where we've come up against a team that are well better than us in general, but better organisation, better physically. But you need to be doing way better. I thought it was way too easy. Obviously, as we know, there's still 15 games less, but results didn't go away at all yesterday. And I agree in some ways, like you said, but about playing against better teams. But we need to, the end 8 or 9 games, I think it is easier on paper, but Oldham, on Tuesday, I know they're not on amazing form, but they've got like 3 or 4 wins in their last 10, 11 games. But then it's Grimsby, Swindon, who lost to Shrewsbury away yesterday, 3-1. Like, we need to be just way better organised, and you need to. I mean, that's the first and foremost you got to do it. Any game is win your battles, and like you said, apart from Quigley, I thought Quigley played well. I said, he'd start. I wanted him to start. As we know, Fab also come off with a dead leg, so he might not, depending on how bad it is, he might not be in the squad Tuesday. But it just frustrated me, like every single time they, attacked. We look very frail at the back. But I mean, I know a lot of people, mentioned the defense, but I think the midfield has got to be better. That's the main sort of aspect. Most tend to say if you win your midfield battle, a lot of the time, 7 out of 10 times you'll probably get a good result, or at least have that better, that better way in which to find a result. Because I just thought it was too easy. The first goal is mad. I mean, I said it in my thing, like, I don't know what, Taylor Moore's too eager to come out. But even with him coming out of position, and again, I thought it was weird that he was the middle centre-back and not Alfie. But he come out, but there's still ample opportunity to clear our lines with 6 or 7 players in that box. But Ben Knight had an easy goal. The second one was a penalty, blatant penalty. Ben said it. He literally said it as soon as he pulled him. That's a penalty, and then the ref give it clear penalty for me. But then the third goal, again, it was weird, like, because the away terrace is a bit of a shambles at Cambridge. I couldn't really. I knew how bad it was, but I didn't realise how bad it was eventually, because it was so easy for that goal. If any goal sums us up, that's it this season. It's shocking. There's 5 or 6 players in the box. I can't. Is it? I think it was Alfie that jumped, headed it, and then it was weird. What did you? I mean, we know we've been defensively poor this season. Organisation for the majority, not strong enough in games, etc. Not winning battles. But what did you make of it personally? The types of goals again that we conceded.
Not desperately shocked. I've said it from day dot. Really, once we got past that sort of purple patch that we had with Clark, we've been horrific underneath the football all season. And your biggest asset to defending underneath the football comes from Joe Quigley coming back into our own box. Like, I know that's what he's been brought in to do, and he's an aerial threat in both boxes. But you're looking at a central defence or a defensive unit, and you can't find a centre half which is going to dominate that area. You're going to have to bring back the likes of Ellis and Quigley to go and win them aerial battles, which is
to be fair, a lot of the time Quigley did do that though.
That's what he's been brought in to do. He has to defend that area, and a lot of those types of centre forwards do that from set pieces. But you shouldn't be so reliant on that to be your first line of aerial threat and your initial contact. If I'm that centre forward, I'm still looking for my leading centre half to come in, take charge of that, and we haven't got that. And like with most sides and managers will tell you, sometimes your best games are the ones you don't play, and that's the case for Harbottle. Harbottle's stock will have risen due to the fact that he didn't play Saturday, and that's how bad they are without him. And I've not seen enough of Harbottle. Like many of us, he's only been here a minute, but you're looking at that and you're thinking, if he's fit, he has to play.
Yeah, he was a huge miss.
It stands out like a sore thumb when he's not in there. And I'm not saying he's an absolute gun or anything. We're that bad at the minute defensively that you're going to sort of need him. And maybe you're looking at it now and you're thinking, no matter how bad he's been, as far as a standard of looking at him, you're thinking the minute if we can get Lockyer back in there, we will do, because I know we'll probably get onto it in performances of certain players, etc. But yeah, that defensive unit it hasn't been good all season, and it doesn't look like it's improving anytime soon. I know they've kept a couple of clean ones here and there, but when it comes on top and they're under threat,
they
still fold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's certain personnel there that you're looking at now, thinking, "Cool, we could really do with them," because what we saw Saturday doesn't bode well for the next couple of months.
Yeah, completely. Well, it was a weird one because even with Lockyer there, like he travelled up, but he clearly wasn't fit because we didn't have a centre back on our bench.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like you said, it does see, you can tell a massive difference. Like you said, a massive difference that Harbottle, that wasn't there, and it's just crazy. I know it's so frustrating, honestly, the way that, like you said, we deserve to be down here for a reason. Like you said, when you can't, be commanding and, organize as a team. And like Phil said about that, losing culture, it takes a very long time. And unfortunately it's been like it far too long, even with whether it's this season, last season, the year before, but there needs to be some sort of change, because it like I said, I do agree with you that there will be, and I don't want to keep talking about it, but you have to, because we've obviously been in this battle again. It says a lot about how poor other teams are that we can go 3 wins in 21 since Salford, lose 17 games, and only be in the relegation zone for about half an hour all season, and that was after Swindon. That is insane to me. That's the most insane thing I think you could say, because like you said, we're only going off of the teams below us. But even then, like, you've seen Harrogate, they didn't have a win in 21 games. And I think they beat Cambridge. Was it 2-1 or 3-1? I can't remember. And then they went to Chesterfield yesterday and got a point. Although Chesterfield were down to 10 men, there's obviously, fight there. They obviously have to, because otherwise it would be a clear thing. But like you said, other teams, you look at Shrewsbury. They've like you spoke well about the new Shrewsbury manager they appointed, and he's got back-to-back wins after they were. I thought they were a guarantee, but they've got 2 back-to-back home wins in a row, and big wins as well, especially the Barrow one the other night and the Swindon one yesterday. So, like you said, there's like a fine line, because although I agree with you, I'm still because of our form in general, but also it's the away thing for me, because although we've been poor at home and we struggled at home, I think we'll be okay with the home form, but it's the away form that worries me. The fact that we've got 1 win in 6 months. I know 6 months sounds a lot. I think it's one win in 13, 1 win in 12 away from home, but that worries me the most. What's your thoughts on the whole thing? I know you said we'd be okay, but we need to find we need to get a point, or that's the problem as well. Just before you go, that's the problem. I said it on my video earlier. The problem with us is that we cannot even draw a game. Even draws would be good. A couple of draws here and there. Cheltenham done it at Barnet yesterday. Harrogate done it at Chesterfield. We've only got, how many draws have we got the whole season? Maybe 3, 4, maybe 5. I don't even know. But that's the other thing as well. With us, it's either win, but we'll lose and we can't draw. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, I think this league is that poor that I'm not supremely confident at all. My hunch is that we'll stay up by default of there being, the likes of Newport and probably looking at it, Harrogate. I just don't think they'll limp over the line to get there. That doesn't mean that we're going to be comfortable or great. And if we do go down, I won't be shocked in the slightest. I won't be like absolutely amazed by it. I just think that, like, by default we probably will stay up due to the fact of there's a couple down there that are really struggling. Like, the one thing you've got in your favour at the minute is that we've got goal scorers on our side, and that's what will send down when you haven't got that. But I think, I spoke about it when he came in. I said to you, like, when he did come in, that I think being the bloke that he is, I think Gav will get that right at Shrewsbury. He'll get them to be safe due to the fact of the bloke he is, the way he operates, how he speaks. He's very honest with his players, but respectful, and I think he'll be completely different to Appleton. And I think he'll get them on side, and I think he'll be sympathetic when he needs to be sympathetic, and he'll demand when he needs to demand. And I think he'll find the balance of what you've seen. Like, he's got them in a pretty decent place pretty quickly, and that's probably a lot, not so much down to his coaching, which is good, just the man he is. I just think he's good with people and he's good with his players, and that's what got him the move to get that job in the first place. To be honest, I think he'll get them. He'll get them safe. The other one that's doing around. I mean, Barrow have gone and got Dino in, so full well that they are going to run right until May. If they go down, they'll go down fighting. Like, so whatever you get out of Barrow now, it will be 100%, because I wouldn't want to be going into work, not because I think the fella's an idiot, but he's like military, Dino. He will run you and run you and run you. Like, he'll get them fit, he'll get them hungry, and he'll get them working. Because if you ain't going to do it, like, you ain't going to get anywhere close to that side at Barrow. So
yeah,
there's a couple of anomalies that have come in now that makes the landscape a little bit different with teams and who they've got in charge of them and how they're going to operate now. So it should be a kick in the arse, really, to this Rover side to go, Christ, I know we've had a couple of good results and we give it big licks at full time at Walsall, but now look at us, looking over our shoulder again. So that's where you're at. Loads of work to do. Not a good side. Personnel issues. Squad's better than it was, but that doesn't mean anything unless you go and do the work in the week to be able to go and deliver something on a Saturday. And, like I said about Salford, didn't work out, didn't do enough to go and get a result. Just there was no plan, no sequence, no nothing. Just went there, put players on a pitch, and hope for something to happen. And we're in a stage now where you need to be methodical. You need to knuckle down, nail down, and find a solution. And granted, we've gone to a top side in the division and got beat. But now we go to Oldham and we've got to be looking at sides like that in the bottom half and going, right, we've really got to dial in and find a way of getting a result here. And I'm not saying go and win the game, but go and take points off of what's around you. And that's what will get you over the line.
Yeah. Spot on. Yeah, that's spot on. Tom Butler saying, my only worry is that I think we all thought we stayed up this time last year. Yeah, agree. Vaughan also saying, how much longer can the owners continue losing money considering our position and their financial commitment? Phil saying, who's the best manager in the bottom 6 teams?
You have to reel off the teams. I'd have to reel them off, and I'll try and find us an answer.
Well, Newport,
no,
Harrogate, Rovers, Crawley. Who else? Who else is in the bottom 6?
Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury, and us.
Well, it depends what you're going on as far as best. Is it the best for the situation?
If you're going obviously in their whole career, then Evans by
probably
a mile.
Evans, yeah,
if you're going off most recently, probably the Shrewsbury manager.
Yeah, but Gav's got first. He's got his first
2 games in a row.
Yeah, Gav's only just got his first football league gig. You know what I mean? So he's sort of not in the equation. Lindsay's got promotions, isn't he? So
Lindsay.
But we're not in a situation where we're talking about promotions now. We're talking about, getting a job done and saving up. I don't know what Dino's done. Has Dino kept people safe before? Has he got sides up? Because he's gone into firefight everywhere, isn't he?
I think so. I'm pretty sure he kept Burton up.
That's what you want. That's what you'd be looking at. Don't worry about promotions in this situation. You would be looking at who can get you out of shit. That's what you want to be looking at as far as best manager.
I mean, the big. Sorry to cut you off. The big thing as well is that we've still got to play Barrow on a Tuesday night. Not looking forward to the journey, let alone the squeaky that it's going to be. But we've still got to play Barrow away. We've still got to play Shrewsbury at home. We've still got to play Tranmere away. Although they won yesterday, they're probably going to be all right, even though they've had a poor season. Sorry, they're probably going to be all right. We've still got to play Crawley at home. We've still got, who else? I'm trying to think of teams. What teams around? Cheltenham at home.
Fleetwood in that bottom 6 as well.
Who's that?
Fleetwood.
No.
Oh, they a bit higher up, are they?
Yeah, they're a bit higher up. Yeah. It's mad. But we'll get into this right now. Actually, Tim Bailey saying, "What do you guys think about Evans going in on Sparks the way he did? Surely the free agent that we are looking to is a fullback." Yeah, I'd hope to think that. I would all before we do get into Sparks. I also wanted to say about a centre back, because I know Kilgore's been fit the last 5 or 6 games, and majority of the games he's played well. Harbottle, as we know, is injured. Hopefully that's not too bad. We don't think it is. Lockyer is going to have issues, not just because he's not because he's played for 2 years, but obviously the heart issue is sorted, but he's going to have issues because he's not played for so long. Balmer obviously has played pretty much every game so far, but as we know, I said in my other reaction, we know Taylor Moore. I don't want to go in on the bloke, but he's not been good enough in a Rovers shirt since we got him, and I was shocked. And I know we signed 2 centre backs in the window, but I still think we needed another centre back. But now getting into the Sparks madness that's going on, like Neil put, the Gulag. He's now in Evans' Gulag. We actually talked about it last episode. Who is going to be that person, or how many of players are going to be, in that situation. And the game later, I've not got the whole thing to read, but it's along the lines of, the words were, he deserves to go. He was atrocious. He's out for Tuesday, as we know, because of the 10 yellows, 2-game suspension, but he wouldn't have played anyway. What is your thoughts on the situation, and why didn't we sign a left back in January after we got rid of one, and then you're leaving yourself with only one? What's your thoughts on, as in the title says, Sparks in the Gulag with Steve Evans? What do you make of that?
Not shocked. That's just how he is, isn't it, Evans? That's just how he is, isn't it? He's always got someone on his hit list. Like I don't think there's ever been a time in his career where he's not been gunning for someone in his side. It just so happens that Sparks is it now. It was Hutchinson before, and now it's Sparks. Like, that's pretty damning, isn't it? Those words, like, he's got to go. So if that means if he's got to go is reference to, because I haven't seen it in context, I haven't seen the interview or anything, then, well, if that was the case, mate, if you thought that, you've missed the window. You should have dealt with it. Like, if you're so smart, like you like to come out and say about Mola should have been playing in midfield, even though it took you 6 weeks to twig it. You know, if you're so smart and you don't think he's that good, but you continue to keep playing him, and now you want him gone, well done, genius. The window's gone. So, so what are you going to do now? Like you always do, you're going to go and make someone's life fucking hell going into work now. Like, I wouldn't want to be Jack Sparks going to work now, because you know he's bang on your shit list. He is. God knows what he's going to be making him doing, or what he's going to be doing in training, where he's going to be getting changed. Like, if he's going to be eating on his own. Like, you just don't know with this bloke. But I remember. Do you remember when Joey did?
LT.
He went in on Luke Thomas, didn't he? After where was it? Salford away, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, uproar, wasn't it? Afterwards, can't speak about players like that.
He actually come out and said Luke Thomas that helped him and he needed that.
Well, there you go. This what will determine this will be the response, won't it? If you know your player well enough to see if Jack Sparks is someone that responds to that, or you've just absolutely buried him. So time will tell, won't it? But
yeah,
I'm not shocked he's done it. Nasty bastard, isn't he?
Yeah. It was. I mean, to be fair,
look, Jack didn't play well. He didn't play well. He didn't have a good game. But why has he not gone in on Alfie? Why has he not gone in on de Havilland? Mola was under par for his recent performances as well. Why has he not gone in on a Camrich? You know what I mean? There's loads of them that was under par.
Yeah, he could have.
Why has he not gone in? Why has he not gone in on more? Is it just because he's picked up his booking to get a suspension? Well, do you know what? He's out there playing 90 minutes every week, Saturday, Tuesday. You're gonna pick up bookings when you're a defender and you're tracking and you're doing things like that. That happens. If he was stupid enough to think, oh, he's gonna go through till May without picking up another booking, you're a moron.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. It's mad. Like you said, it's true though. Even though I thought, and I don't think he was the worst yesterday either. He wasn't the worst, but and again, like teams have targeted him the last 2 games, especially. You know, he has been poor in a lot of games, but again, you could say that about pretty much the entire squad. But the other thing comes to, and I said, why have you had 2 left backs, sold one who was rightly, happened because Belongo wasn't good enough for us. But then you haven't. We said it in the pod. All of us said it, and everyone said it after the window had gone. I was shocked. My mind was blown when we didn't go and get another left back or a wing back. Because like you said, also what that brings, and Ben made a great point on the way in earlier. He said, if a player's there and he's got no competition, then he's not gonna really think of, I can have a not like on purpose, but you can have a bad game and sort of get away with it. We should have signed another left back. The same with the centre back, but especially the left back area. And now, also, God knows, we'll get into lineups very, very soon. But it could be LT, it could be Mola. I wouldn't.
Well, he's on a shit. He's been on the shit list as well, isn't he? Mose's not even not even been making a match. So how would you talk about man management and how you keep your cattle like on side? If you're just going to go bomb squad, you're on the bomb squad, you're on the bomb squad, but you're all mine right now. Oh no, actually, you go in the bomb squad, you come back. Like you're going to have no respect off these lads. You know what I mean? So
agree.
Yeah, it's just, but it's no different to how he's managed all his career. He's always done it. He's always been like that. And Jack's just getting to get the brunt of it at the minute. But you talk about people saying, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter about whether they like him as long as they respect him." They won't respect him. You won't be. They won't respect him. And again, you won't have to go too far to speak to players who have previously played for him. They'll talk about him, and they don't respect him. They don't respect him. They just get on with going into work and dealing with it.
Yeah. Mace Wright was another one that went in the squad. I don't think he was anyway.
Yeah, you can. He was on the bench, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
I thought he was on the bench, but even if he wasn't,
I could be wrong.
You can suffer that. He's a kiddie that's just come over, a new country. He's got to adapt to everything.
Yeah.
You can suffer that, especially as you've got Promise back as well. You know what I mean? There's certain things where you don't know what that kid's got to contend with off the pitch. He's like in his early 20s, new country, you know, completely new surroundings. He's got to adapt to everything. Yeah. So like you can make it. You can make an argument for that. But again, like I said, there was numerous players out there that could have.
Oh yeah, it was worse than him.
Could have got it in the neck. But like I said about Jack when he signed, I know everyone got excited about when he came in. Jack Sparks, core, he could be this, he could be that. But if you've got a fullback or a wing back that is a gun defender, can get up and down, has got an A1 delivery every week. He's not playing in League Two.
Yeah.
So you've got to suffer something. You've got to suffer something.
Yeah.
And you never know with Jack.
For him, he's very slow, and his defensive side is actually the weak point. He's better going forward and better delivery.
For the argument that is made of, you know, if you haven't got the competition to push you, then you're just going to cruise. That is a fair thing to say, and it's bang correct. But also, if you're sore, if you're tired, if you've got a niggle, if you're playing through painkillers, you're getting churned out there regardless. He's telling you, I don't care how you feel. It makes no difference to me. Get jabbed up and get out there. Get strapped up and get out there. And then you're gonna. That could be the case. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there. And then you're going to chuck him under the bus. But you don't know if Jack might have been on at him for 3 weeks, going like, "I'm dead on my feet here, Gaffer. I am," and he's going, "Tough luck. You're getting pedalled out." You just don't know, do you?
It's literally, like you said, it's literally 90 minutes every single game. So
you don't know what he's playing with, what injuries, what niggles, what knocks, what pain he's playing through. You don't know. Could be nothing, could be extreme. But there's all them hypotheticals to run through before your manager comes up and goes, "He's a shit show, he's a disgrace." It's like, well, if you think I'm that bad, why are you picking me, you divvy?
Yeah. It's true. Someone in the comments said, "Yeah, Neil is never wrong." I agree. I completely agree. I think a lot needs time to adapt. Yeah, agree. We may need Rikes on Tuesday if Fab ain't fit. Yeah, agree. Neil reminds me of...
He's been another one who's been running to the ground unnecessarily.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I wouldn't start him on Saturday. Yeah, that's exactly why I said it. Yeah. Probably Mola left wing back and Lockyer or Smallwood CDM. Lou Dog saying, "Where is LT?" He's
bomb squad.
Yeah, bomb squad. Not getting picked. Appreciate everyone. There's loads of you in the comments. Appreciate everyone in. Hope you're not enjoying, but obviously thankful to everyone for the support as always. We're going to be done in the next 2 or 3 minutes because we started late. We need to finish up. So yeah, keep liking, keep subscribing. Really do appreciate the support as always. And yeah, thanks to everyone that's tuning in to listen to more therapy. I think we've talked enough on that. Oldham, really briefly before we get into lineups and score predictions and then end it. Last five. Drew with Fleetwood on the weekend, 1-1. I say weekend, yesterday. Lost to Swindon 3-0 away. Lost to Cambridge 3-0 at home. Lost 3-2 away to Barnet, although they're all very tough games and teams on form. And then they beat Cheltenham. So 1-1 in 5. They've got like I said, they've got the fifth most clean sheets in the league. They've got the second best goal difference. They've also played 2 games less than us. They've played 29, won 8, drew 12, and lost 9. So they've only lost 3 more than Chesterfield, and they've only lost 3 more than Cambridge. And they've actually mixed it up. They've actually played the last 2 games they played 5-3-2, whereas before they were playing a flat 4-4-2. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully Michael Mellon isn't back for our sake, because he's their top goal scorer with 7 goals, but he's been injured since late December. And the return of Ryan Woods, the ginger Pele in midfield, who didn't play yesterday but was in the squad. Quick thoughts on Oldham before we finish up with our lineups and predictions, and then ending the pod. What do you make of Oldham?
Like I said before, they're a side you've got to be looking at and earmarking getting points off of. What they sat sort of 15th, 16th, like bottom half side. They're the sides you've got to be going after to try and pick up points. And they're having there's a bit of unrest there at the minute. They're not 100% happy. There's calls for Mellon to get the bullet. So it's not it's nothing like a Cambridge environment where everything's going where you want it to go. They've hit their sweet spot and everything's going well. There's unrest there, so there'll be uncertainty. But I think they've got players there that I really like. Oldham. They got some players there that I really like. I like Conlon. I think when I watched him in the National League, I thought Fondop was a massive problem for sides. They played to
I
him.
think he struggled in this season.
He probably has.
But he's done well, yeah.
He's really limited, to be honest, but he's an handful. You know, you're in a game, you won't want to be a centre half if they're going direct to him, because he's awkward. He's a pain. He has got a goal in him here and there, especially in the National League when they were playing well. Like I said before, I like in the National League. I like that fullback, the Aussie fullback at Ogle. I thought he was good for him. Woods, when we played at home, ran the first half for him. Absolutely cruised the first half for him when we played him at the Man. Yeah, and I also like the kiddie that when we watched him play at Morecambe, the Simeon, the centre half.
Oh yeah, Simeon, ex-Southampton kiddie.
So they've got certain personnel there.
Defensively, they're very, very, very good.
That I think are pretty good, to be honest. I'm not saying they're going to get you and win you a League Two title, but I just think they're good. They're good players in their own right in certain divisions. Like the Fondop one's a National League thing. I've seen him play. Ogle, I've only seen him play in a National League, like up close and personal. But when I did see him play, I thought they were decent for the level. So I think they've got some good players, but like they sit where they sit for a reason, same as we sit where we sit for a reason. Can be tough, and Boundary Park's our place to go on a Tuesday night, as we found out when we went there with
Joey,
with
the best
League season when we were cruising, and then we got turned over 2-0. That was another tired, leggy performance from us.
Yeah,
just the bridge too far.
But it was a lot different, because that was
we were a good side for starters.
Yeah, we were good.
I think a turning point in that game was the Connor Taylor thing, wasn't it? I think it shook.
He had heart problems and went off.
I think it shook a few, and we never really got back to the way we should have been. But we're night and day from that side anyway, so it's going to be a completely different kettle of fish. But again, Oldham will be a League Two side next season. No danger of that.
Yeah. I agree. Like I said at the start, all I need to say is that it's going to be very similar to the Cambridge game. Physical, good defensively, target men, and hopefully we can be saying on the pod, or after I've watched the game at Boundary Park, the Quigley show. Hopefully there's something good happens in that, because he's played well for us since he got a lot of stick from Oldham fans, and he's going back there for the first time since the move. So it will be tough though. Let us know your predictions, and we'll get to ours. Josh's lineup. He's gone for a back five again. He's put Mola. No. He's put Moore. / Harbottle. So he hopes Harbottle is back, as we all do. And he's gone for Smallwood in midfield with Mola, Shaq in the 10, and Quigley and Caven up top. What would be your lineup, especially the left back / wing back area? What would you do with that? And let us know in the comments, who would you play left back or left wing back? Do let us know.
Are we saying Harbottle's fit then?
Well, hopefully.
All right.
I'm praying to the Lord above.
Right, okay.
But he might not be.
I'll go Young in goal. And I think due to personnel, I think you're going to have to sort of switch stuff around. I'll go Senior at right back, Locker and Harbottle centre half, and I have to put Mola at left back. For needs must. Smallwood into Haviland to screen that. And then Lee and a Camrich off of Harrison and Quigley.
Love that. Yeah, for me, I'd stick with I know it didn't really work yesterday, but although we were poor, I have to give credit to Cambridge, because they're a very good side. So I would stick with the back three, because the other two performances were really good, and I think you can, if you play it right, you can get it right, like we've seen the previous two games, or even majority of the Chesterfield game, although we lost. I would go Young in goal. I would go, obviously if Harbottle's fit, I'd play him, but if he's not, then I would go Balmer, Lockyer, and Kilgore. Then right wing back, I would go Senior. Left wing back, I know he's currently in the bomb squad, as we think, or as we guess. It could be injured, whatever, but we all think it's bomb squad. I would play Luke Thomas there, personally, because when he's played left wing back before for us, he's played very well. Good engine, good delivery, and majority of the time he has been good defensively there, but we probably won't see that. I just think I would play Luke Thomas. I think he's the best for it. I don't want to see Mola back there. He's been playing well in midfield. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if we see something mad, like I mentioned earlier, like a Thompson Summers at left back, just because he's left-footed. I wouldn't be surprised. Midfield, I would go Smallwood and Mola in the two screening. And then I would go a Camrich and Shaq Ford in the 2 10s or wingers, and then Quigley up top on his own.
He's available then? Is Shaq available then? I assumed he'd be out because of the protocol.
Because is it 10 days?
Just
10 days
back.
concussion.
Does that make sense or not?
Because if it is 10 days, I think Tuesday would be the 10th day.
Okay.
So I'm just praying. Touch
wood.
Well,
if he's available, he'll play, won't he? But again, it's another game where you look at Saturday. There was no Shaq. But like I've said about players that play in that position, if you're going to play in a pocket in an attacking sense, you've got to show up. And it's another game where a Camrich, and I know the dimensions are hard. I know it's tight, it's narrow, it's difficult, but best players make it happen. They find a way.
To be fair, I think you got to give. I mean, he tried to, but you got to give.
But that's what sends sides. But that's what sends sides down. Tried to, but didn't happen. It's about getting it done. We've gone there before.
They've done well.
We've gone there before with Aaron Collins. We've gone there before with Anthony Evans. We've won games because we've managed to open the door. We've managed to open the door.
He's not done it every game, though, has he, Evans? Let's be honest.
No, but if he was doing it every game, he wouldn't be playing in League One or League Two, would he? That's what I'm saying.
Camrich.
Oh, but you be putting them on the same level. You're putting them two lads on the same level of performance and quality.
Am I putting them?
You putting in the same bracket. You putting Anthony Evans on the body of work that he's done in his career to a Camrich. What's a Camrich done? He showed up for 2 games and he's gone missing for 2 games, so he's on a 50-50 ratio, isn't he?
Well, he's only played five games in professional football.
Okay, cool. I'm not saying he hasn't, but if you're hanging your hat on that kid to open a door every single week for us, you're going to come up short, aren't you?
No, I'm not hanging my hat on. I'm not hanging my hat.
So if Ford doesn't play, and you're not hanging your hat on a Camage, who's opening the door?
Well, I get it in terms of that, but you cannot like you.
You have to identify a playmaker in your team, don't you? You have to identify a playmaker in your team.
Yeah.
So if Shaq's not in there, and you're going to put that responsibility on a Camrich, go and make play happen.
I mean, he tried to.
Oh, but this is what I'm saying, Charlie. There'll be Newport will have someone in their side that's saying he's tried to, but he's not done it, and they've gone down. There will be teams getting.
He's got 3 goals in 6 games.
Okay, cool, but it's about getting it done, isn't it? Who performed well on Saturday?
Quigley.
Okay, but is Quigley's directive and his skill set designed to open doors and create chances for others? It's not, is it?
I mean, I completely get what you're saying, and yes,
can't give players passes. That's what gets you relegated.
I'm not giving him a pass, but you cannot. And he's highly rated, of course he is, and he's got 3 goals in 6 games, our second top goal scorer, right? But
so if he goes 3 games in 9 games, you're still giving him passes like for game after game because he tried. Taylor Moore tried Saturday. Alfie Kilgore tried Saturday, just wasn't good enough.
Well, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like a Camrich, didn't have the best game, but he was nowhere near the poor levels as a defender. I get it. He's the main creative player in that side, but you've got seasoned pros and players that have played 6-7 games. And I know, like, he's highly rated at Cambridge, right? Of course he is, but like you cannot expect. You've got 27, 28, 29-year-olds, attackers, midfielders that you shouldn't. I know he's the main creative player, but you shouldn't be, because he had a poor game. But also, I also give credit. I said he had a poor game, right? But I also give credit to Cambridge for that, because as soon as he got the ball, they were 2 men on him. Bang.
So if that happens every week, what happens? We lose games, don't we?
Well, hopefully Shaq's back, and hopefully others can grab
You've identified a player like most scouts will now. They'll look at him, that Cambridge, right? As soon as he gets the ball, double up on him. You've got to find a way, haven't you? If you're Elliot Anderson, found a way. Do you know what I mean? You have to find a way. If you're gonna be given the onus of saying you are the creative spark in this side, you have to go and do it. Else you'll fall by the wayside, won't you?
I get it. But let's not. I know. A lot of us have got giddy, right? And a lot of us have said stuff, but like,
what is he in the side to do? What is he getting picked to do? What is his direction?
Let's get something straight. Wood, and yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, Elliot was unreal, right? But if he was playing in the same team right now, would he look as good?
I think Elliot Anderson, if he was playing in this division now for any side, would still create chances and score goals. Any side,
in this team right now.
Any side in this division.
Game?
They would be scoring every game, but will he create chances?
Elliot Anderson, not now.
Will he create chances? Yes. Will he score goals? Yes. Of course he will.
What, every game? He will. Every game?
Not saying every game, but as a body of work, he will. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you're giving players passes.
I'm not giving him a pass.
Look, okay, what?
But you can't just rely on one player.
before he walks out that change room to go on the pitch, what is his directive to do as a performance in the role that he plays?
Well, obviously create chances.
Did he do it?
Yeah, he created one or two.
Okay, so one or two. Okay, so he's created one or two.
Yeah, but look at the whole team. I mean,
But you'll be having this conversation. You'll be having this. It's the same conversation you'll be having about Luke Thomas. He was good on his day. Yeah, he was good on his day. He was good. Can't afford to have it. You turn up or you don't. That's what makes a good player. You do it every single week. Look, he's a
26 games for us.
He's
got 3
how many
goals.
Okay, so what is the level? What are we saying? How many games are we giving him to say actually you should start doing it now? How many games are we giving him?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Give me a number. Give me a number.
What do you mean? What?
And you've said he's only played so many games, so you can't put it on. Like it's his job.
No.
You go out there to do your job.
We can say stuff, but I'm not gonna. He's played 6 senior games, right? Other players to start off with. Yes, he's been put in.
Name these players, and see if they're meant to be doing what a Cambridge is meant to be doing on the pitch. I'm not. If
everyone needs to step up though.
But if you're saying a Cambridge isn't defending the first place, he's not winning his aerial battles. Like I'd get it. I'd say that's nonsense. That's not his directive. No. His directive is to go and open up a game and create chances and score goals. That's what he's there to do.
I mean, he tried to go and get the ball. He went into areas, but I mean, look at the.
Did Taylor Moore try and win the ball?
And even him, like, he was poor.
Gilbert try and win an header. Yeah. Stop talking. Trying. We're trying.
Yeah, but look at the other performances.
Sorry, Gaffer, we're trying.
We couldn't even win the midfield battle, let alone get it to a Cambridge on 10, 11 different occasions. And he tried to go and get the ball. He tried to go in errors. He tried to float into spaces. But I think you gotta give credit to Cambridge for me.
So if Oldham played Tuesday and beat us, give them credit. They're a bit. Do you know what I mean? What are we saying then?
No, don't get me wrong. Like I've already said, like we were shocking when it comes to first, second, third contacts and set pieces, right? But it all depends. Let's get to. Hopefully, we win Tuesday. But if we'll talk about what happens there. It all depends.
You've got to have an expectation of players. You can't just reel them out and go into shame, isn't it? They haven't.
Of course, he's played 6 games for us, and he's 20 years old.
So he's 20 years old. He's not a baby. Do you know what I mean? 20 years old.
6 games of men's professional football.
Okay, and on Tuesday,
every week.
And on Tuesday, he'll play. I'm not asking to score every week. Like I've said, if you play in that position, you want to be one of the top players. You have to open a door every game or score. One of the two. That's what you have to do. You have to put stuff on a platter for people, or you don't. Well, he wasn't in the game.
He give the ball to Caven. That chance he should have scored.
Okay.
In the first 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's a good chance.
Okay, 88 minutes. So you got another 88 minutes.
Well, he still fed it on a plate to him. Not on a plate, but it was a good chance.
In the first 2 minutes, yeah? We're talking about the first 2 minutes. Okay, what have you done for the next 88?
But you could say the same for everyone, though.
I know, shit team. That's what I'm telling you. We're a shit team. That's what happened. But you've got,
I know that.
You've got to have an expectation of players to go and deliver a performance. That's their job. That's what they're meant to do.
I do have an expectation.
Your mentality is what will get you relegated.
No, I do have an expectation, he wasn't.
So make him accountable.
Well, yeah, like he should have been, but I'm not gonna. I know, but others need to. You've got Sparks on the other side as an attacking, creative wing back.
No. You can't put him in the same mould. You cannot put a wing back in the same mould of someone who plays to go and get at defences every time they get the ball.
I'm not, but that was his role as well. He didn't do it.
Okay, and poor side.
Look at the
expectation is for him to do it.
We couldn't even get the ball. We could hardly get the ball to him, let alone let him go and do anything. Anyway, before this goes on for another hour, what is your score prediction? Are we going to get anything from Oldham?
1-0 Oldham.
Confident? Huh?
No, 1-0 Oldham.
There we go. 1-0 Oldham. Who's scoring? I can't stop laughing. This has been insane. But this is good content, and this is two passionate gasheads, you know, and that's fair enough. And it's been 1-0. Let's get to some other comments just before I give mine, and we end it, because we were meant to only be doing 35, but that little monologue has gone on for about 20 minutes. To be fair, like all the score predictions that we said earlier have completely gone, because everyone's like, this is proper content, best pod all year. I could watch this all night. So yeah, can't see a lot of your predictions, but a lot of you have gone for good results. Keep liking, by the way. If you haven't liked already, then what are you doing? Because if this has been the best pod all year, then please tell a friend to subscribe. Big up to Neil, subscribe to Josh. My score prediction, I'm going to go for, I don't think we keep a clean sheet, but I'm going for the same as Josh. I'm going for a 2-1 win.
What are you basing that on? You just talked about the form.
I'm basing off the fact that what you said about, they're wanting their manager sacked. They've not done well in their last 4 games, and we have to step up.
How many times have you said we've had to do something and we haven't done it?
9,999 times.
Yeah. I'm just wondering where you base the stuff on. You know what I mean?
To be fair though,
I know you want us to win. I get it, but like,
to be fair though, right? Go and you see me, and a lot of people in the chat that watch this and that watch us back. A lot of the season on this poor run, maybe the first game of the poor run, when we had Clark, I said we would win. After that, I kept it spot on with, Rovers to lose, just because I thought we were poor, and I'm not. But yeah, I might have said we beat Cambridge. We was on a few good games, but I don't know. Neil's smiling. Neil's smiling. I mean, I get it, but I'm not really. I'm basing it off the fact that of hope.
There you go. Yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
being honest.
That's fine. That's fine. It's not an educated decision, is it?
The thing is, though, this could come back to bite me, but I don't. And I get it. This is just coming from a stupid fan, right? But I don't. And I know they've been good defensively most of the season. Like I said, second best defense. But I look at that Oldham team, and it doesn't worry me.
What do you think that team meeting with Mellon saying about this team?
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. He'll be saying low block, get in their face, don't let them have any space, get on any creative players, and just defend and don't do any mistakes and do the basics.
If he wants to build that side up to thinking they can win that game at home, he'll be saying like, you're player for player better than all of them. He'll be saying that. He'll be saying like, there's not one of them. I wouldn't take one of them.
What? Yeah. I mean that's
what he'd say as a manager. What do you mean?
Yeah. Harry, you are chatting absolute waffle. Hayner told me yesterday we're going to win 5-0. I definitely didn't. Is Neil going to be gutted if we stay up? Is one of the comments.
Not at all. But I tell you what, I'll be honest. If we like I am all the time, like if we go down, be a shame. I still go to sleep at night. Okay.
Big up to LB. Rovers win 1-0 and Neil smashes the house up.
Look, I want a Cambridge to do well. Don't get me wrong, but you can't treat him like a kid who's on work experience. He's got a job to do. Come and get on with it.
No, I completely get that, but you and I know he's the creative thing, but others need to step up.
To do what? To do his job?
No, but others, Well, yeah.
It's a generic term. You've got to step up, but to do what? What is a Camrich has his own individual role in the side to go and perform,
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
he? And they all do.
Does,
and they
look,
all do. Okay,
everyone
so you can't stop cherry picking to say it's a don't worry about him because he's only a kid and he ain't been here that long.
Well, no, he's got to do his thing. Like everyone else has got to do their thing.
Yeah, end of. That is the bottom line. So don't worry about age. Don't worry about how long he's been here. You brought here to come and do something. So you've got to get on with doing it. Yeah,
but look at you. I get that. I agree. But you've also got to look at everyone else. There's
massively underperformed.
We've got
massively underperformed. But all I'm saying is, look at winning. Like I said about winning your individual battles. Look up who you're against and go and get after him and be better than him. And Camrich has been great since he's come in. He has, and his figures stack up to being fantastic. But Saturday and the week before, for 2 games now, gone missing.
Yeah, but I mean, I get that.
Tired, if he's tired,
not the same. But
if he's tired, if he's leggy, if he's not up to scratch because he's not played men's football for too long and he's got fatigue, don't pick him.
Yeah, send Skinny Steve an email and tell him that.
If you're gonna roll him out there to go and do a job, you've got to go and do it, ain't you? And the same with Ford. Like I've said before, if you play in that position, you have to go and be a spark and open the game up.
Yeah.
This isn't personal to a Camrich. When you play in that position, when you play in that position, whether you're 20 or whether you're 35, when you play in that position and stuff goes through you have to open the game up, you're accountable for making it happen. Yeah,
but also I know he's accountable and I know it's his role and his job, but when we can hardly get the ball to him, even when he drifts back and tries to get in, like, I'm not gonna. Yes, he was like poor, but also, like, we're a shambles right now.
Granted,
we're on to lose. We're on to lose, and we're on to concede more than we did last season, and we're in a league lower. We're at that one now.
And this is what I go back to. Okay, this is what I go. And people think this is lost on some people for some reason. I don't know why they can't see it. But my gripe with Walsall, the reaction of Walsall, is this football club had the budget and the expectation and put it all out there to be a promoted side at the end. We're going after this division to go and get out of it. We were sat 19th, fighting for our life in February in League Two. And you go and do that at full time. It's embarrassing. This football club should not be in this position. You should be winning games, getting off the pitch, and just thinking, Christ, we might be getting somewhere. Like that was completely unnecessary in the position we're in. It's ridiculous.
I get that. But also you got it. I get it. It's completely wrong, but it's 2026. That's what, unfortunately, and I was loving it, but unfortunately, that's what it is. Even after win,
but you need some self-awareness as a football club. You need some. Yeah, right. If you win a game and your manager goes over to your fans, every club in the EFL does it. Granted, but when you've got every player, bloody tea lady, kitman, whoever else lining up to do it,
it was only 5.
If you're it's 5 more than it should have been. You know what I mean?
It was a big win, though.
Brilliant, isn't it? Where are we now? You know what I mean?
2 places lower.
Got to have some awareness. Got to have some self-awareness.
I get that. I mean,
you haven't done nothing until you've done it. End of.
I completely agree, but I was happy that game. But after that,
I'm not saying don't be happy to win a football match, but there's levels of how you conduct yourself.
I get it, but for me, I was buzzing, but then straight after I was like, we have to go on and do that. We have to go on and step up and do it again. And we haven't. And I've said that.
So save all that shite for when you actually achieve something.
Oh yeah, mate. When we achieve something, there'll be fireworks. There'll be you in the front of that platform and giving it a whoa.
It's gonna have to be, innit? Because how are you going to top that after beating Walsall in League Two?
It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. It is true. Time to go blood. Bring back Coots. Hi, it's Steve. To be honest, Neil talks sense, but I'm going Rovers 2-1. It's the hope that kills you. And yeah, appreciate all the comments. Yeah, it's been a mad one, especially the last 25, 30 minutes. Best episode ever, saying ENF 84. Is Neil in pantomime this Christmas, saying WJHC? I think he is. You went to the role the other day, didn't you? Was it
Went to where the other day?
the panto on it? You were starring in a panto, weren't you?
No, mate. No, but everyone's got their price, mate. Maybe.
I tell you what, if we, well, I bloody hope we do, but yeah, next time if and when, touch wood, we stay up, you can dress up as something, yeah, and you can go first in dibs for the first fist pump. Is that
I'm telling you now. You talk about self-awareness. No one should be celebrating this football club staying up in League Two. There should be no celebrations. You should be relieved, embarrassed, and can't wait for next season. That is it.
I agree. Well,
there should be no celebration.
Obviously, we got a bit too giddy after Walsall, but I completely agree. I'm fuming. Like, you've seen what I've done and see what a lot of like, I'm fuming. You don't think I'm like my head is on Mars and pumping as we speak right now. The fact that we're 20th, I'm embarrassed even to say to anyone that I'm a Rovers fan currently.
You are right now, but you've got football fan bipolar, aren't you? Because you win. If you win Tuesday night,
oh yeah, win
like your trousers around your ankles.
Even on Tuesday, if we win, I'll be buzzing. But
exactly.
I'll be like I was in the at the Walsall game in the Newport. But then I said we have to go and do it again. But you know what I'm like. We've been doing this I think you've been on here 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe even 5. The time's gone that quick, right? But I obviously then I was about a bit different. I've now calmed a lot down and being a realist that most of the time. But you know, I said it the last 2 wins. We have to win. Because you know what I'm like? I get way too high when we win, and I get way too low and fuming when we lose. But I was different. You can go and watch. You might have watched it already. You can go and watch the reaction. But yeah, we have to. We have to.
Right. If we don't, I know you keep saying we have to, but if we don't, what? What happens if we don't?
If we don't what? If we don't win Tuesday?
Win
if we
Tuesday,
don't stay up, or if we
because a lot of like
if Tuesday, well, then I'll be fuming.
Okay, but what is this we have to? Because what are the repercussions if we don't win on Tuesday?
Well, with 14 games, it gets more nervy, and
but nothing catastrophic's happened. Nothing catastrophic or awful's happened. So it's not like a must-win game or we go down. It's not a must-win game.
I know, of course not. But we have to bounce back.
It's a throwaway line, though, isn't it? You've been saying that for probably about 2 years.
It's true, but we do like we had back-to-back wins. All the fist pumps were out. We now, 3 awful goals against Chesterfield ultimately meant that we lost. And yesterday we didn't turn up at all, pretty much. And we got what's the word? We got outmanned, outmuscled, outbattled, and whatever. So hopefully we've learned, because like I said, Tuesday will be similar. I mean, I'm not confident, like as in like a 5 on Rovers to win, because no, most likely what we've seen this season, especially, but gone by, is well, usually whenever we play a team that's, you know, with that presence and the style of play and, you know, how they manage and how they go about their job, we usually struggle against teams that are more physical and have got that way about them. So I'm not really confident that we'll win, but I'm saying that as a fan's point of view and a Rose point of view, we have to go and bounce back. If that means, I couldn't care less. If that means putting 10 players behind the ball and bodies on the line, then go and do it. Find a way. Like I said earlier, we've lost far too many games and have been pushed around and not turned up. We need to find a way to get a point, let alone a win. But yeah, I'm going for a win. Josh is going for a win. Neil's going for a loss. And yeah, big up to everyone that's going Tuesday. I'll see you there. And big up to everyone for the support. But yeah, it's been class. Big up to Neil as always. Absolute joy, pleasure as always. And yeah, hope you've all enjoyed. Go and subscribe to Josh. If you're watching back after, then enjoy the pod because apparently it's the best pod ever. And I'll see you on Tuesday if you're there. And hopefully we'll be talking about a win and a Cambridge masterclass.
Hopefully, yeah.
Up the gas.